The biggest gossip these days in the political circuit is, will Operation Lotus see its bloom in Bihar? Yes. What's happening in Bihar? Will the JDU-RJD alliance and the Congress trying to put the two together survive at least their term in the assembly? Or will there be no JDU left except Nitish Kumar, just like there is no NCP left except Sharad Pawar? So what is it that's happening in the political corridors? And why should Bharatiya Janata Party effect an Operation Lotus in Maharashtra and then Operation Lotus in Bihar and thereafter subsequent states? What's happening? Let's get to the gist of it. So let me just begin by saying that by taking on Maharashtra in a way it had never envisaged earlier, Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to neutralize every force of opposition that it might find in its quest to win 2024 Lok Sabha elections. It's very simple, clear on the cards. The Bharatiya Janata Party believes that of the 48 Lok Sabha seats which are there in Maharashtra, it should at least win 30. Operation 40, that's what they call it, चल रहा है महाराष्ट्र में. लेकिन ऑपरेशन 40 अगर ना भी हो, then also 30 सीट तो आनी चाहिए. अब इसके लिए क्या चाहिए? It was very important that NCP, which is very strong in Marathwada, was either bifurcated or defeated or in some sense aligned with the Bharatiya Janata Party. Sharad Pawar was proving to be a tough nut. So what better than to engage with Ajit Pawar, who's been trying to become the chief minister for the past 4 times. He's been the deputy chief minister 4 times up till now in his political career. So definitely he was a good card to play with. And then we had something like 8 to 9 legislators within NCP who are riddled with corruption charges. And all they needed was a small nudge, a possible ED, a possible CBI, a possible some other investigating agencies which can actually make a lot of difference to their lives. And that's what happened. And you saw Ajit Pawar move away with 8 of his very trusted lieutenants, joined the government as deputy chief minister, held a rally where he had an active support of 30 plus MLAs, but not good enough to make the 2/3 cut to escape the anti-defection law, because he needs 37 plus to escape the anti-defection law. So the game is still on. It's still open in Maharashtra. And Ajit Pawar is trying his level best to stick to power. He even expressed his desire that he does want to become the chief minister of Maharashtra, something which he has been yearning for. It's like Duryodhan. किसी भी कीमत पर मुझे हस्तिनापुर की गद्दी चाहिए. तो महाराष्ट्र के मुख्यमंत्री की गद्दी अजीत पवार को चाहिए, चाहे उसके लिए कोई भी कीमत देनी पड़े. Please remember, in Maharashtra, it is impossible for anyone to think of Marathwada today as long as Sharad Pawar is alive, because he is the master strategist. People may find him very different today, but he has been somebody who has been a great force since the beginning. And wait before Sharad Pawar actually gets to his nuance of politics. So the verdict is still on. Now, the given scenario suggests that the next step for Bharatiya Janata Party to consolidate its future in 2024 May elections would be to tackle Bihar. Very easy. 40 seats. JDU, RJD and Congress in a very uneasy alliance. Nitish Kumar as the chief minister, Tejasvi Yadav as the deputy chief minister, something which can always shake the curl. Tejasvi Yadav and Lalu Prasad Yadav want to become a decisive force in Bihar. Nitish Kumar loves to be the chief minister. JDU MLAs, MPs, they're dying to retain to power under whatever circumstances. And Bharatiya Janata Party is still trying to figure out what to do. And why do I say so? because of the 40 Lok Sabha seats in 2019, Bharatiya Janata Party, along with its allies, managed 39. Yes, that's the story, and that's what is now egging Bharatiya Janata Party to have an Operation Lotus Part 2 in Bihar. वरना क्या फायदा? देखिए 88 सीटें हैं, 88 seats between Maharashtra and Bihar. Of these 88 seats, if BJP wins anything less than 55 to 60, it will be difficult for BJP to compensate for the losses from various other states which it's anticipating. So let's now get to Bihar. So what's happened in Bihar? A large number of JDU MLAs, it is said or alleged, are in conversation with Bharatiya Janata Party leadership. Sushil Modi, who is the undying aspirational chief minister of Bharatiya Janata Party in Bihar, has said that at various times. And in the meantime, Jitan Ram Manji, the swing song, the ping pong, has again left the Mahagathbandhan and has tried to side with the NDA. And his son, incidentally, Santosh Manji, he has been given a Y category security just prior to the elections, you see. And that's how the Bharatiya Janata Party just laps up most of the disgruntled or opportunist politicians. The lure of a Y class security, the basic fact that possibly the cases may not be investigated, or fact that the ED, the CBI and the various agencies would be eased off. That sense of comfort makes politicians just go and take a Ganga ki dubki in Bharatiya Janata Party, and that's what is happening. Apart from that, Bharatiya Janata Party is also trying to break away the smaller groups. And let's not forget Chirag Paswan. He is the Hanuman. Pradhanmantri Narendra Modi ka Hanuman hu main. That's what Chirag Paswan had said. And Chirag Paswan has been working a lot at the grassroots levels. Therefore, an Operation Lotus would be the most logical conclusion to be effected by the Bharatiya Janata Party in Bihar. Now let's come to Karnataka. What's happening in Karnataka? You'll be surprised. Bharatiya Janata Party has just lost the assembly elections. But there are 28 seats in Karnataka for the Lok Sabha, of which Bharatiya Janata Party had won 26 in 2019. Now herein lies the big question. With a state government which is not close to the Bharatiya Janata Party, will it be possible for BJP to secure or repeat its performance of 2019? Possibly not. And that is why the BJP is almost set on an alliance with, you know who? JDS. Kumaraswamy. He was supposed to be so corrupt, but he is no more. So JDS and Bharatiya Janata Party would be fighting all future elections together, says none else but B.S. Yadurappa, the tallest Bharatiya Janata Party leader in Karnataka. He, along with Kumaraswamy, H.D. Kumaraswamy, would be fighting the 2024 Lok Sabha elections together. So Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to safeguard its fortress in Karnataka. Let's get to UP. Why should Yogi Adityanath were in UP? But fact of the matter is that why even leave one seat unattended? And that is why Om Prakash Rajbhar may very soon find a berth in the Yogi cabinet. And his political party, once it joins hand with NDA, will attract various other smaller groups. And Bharatiya Janata Party wants to better its tally, which is 64 out of 80 in 2019. It wants to repeat 2014, where it had 70 plus, taking India into consideration. And accordingly, Bharatiya Janata Party is also not leaving its stones unturned in Punjab. Punjab has 13 Lok Sabha seats, an Aam Aadmi Party government in the state, which has virtually displaced the Congress. An Aam Aadmi Party government in the state might help the Aam Aadmi Party secure more Lok Sabha seats, because it has just one Lok Sabha seat currently in the parliament. That's what it won in 2019. But if the tally of Aam Aadmi Party increases and that of Congress, despite the decrease, remains close to what it was earlier, then Bharatiya Janata Party stands to lose a lot. And therefore, Bharatiya Janata Party is now trying to get back to its old ally, Akali Dal, Shiromani Akali Dal. Sukhbir Badal was away on a vacation. He's come back. And now, Sukhbir Badal is going to hold talks with the Bharatiya Janata Party, finalize the deal, and his wife, Harsimrat Singh Kaur, might again find herself being placed in the central cabinet, just like earlier. Small difficulty that happened, Kisan Andolan. छोटी छोटी चीजें होती रहती हैं बड़ी बड़ी पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के बीच में. हो गया, ये भी रास्ता साफ है. तो अब दिस इज ऑलमोस्ट डन. नाउ एट द सेम टाइम इन साउथ इंडिया, भारतीय जनता पार्टी doesn't find much takers, so it's trying to align with Chandrababu Naidu because it knows that in Andhra Pradesh there is only one political party that would come and join hands with Bharatiya Janata Party, fight elections with Bharatiya Janata Party against YSR Congress, because that's the only party which does not believe that BJP is untouchable. Talks have been going on. It's almost on the stage of finalization, and you have 25 seats coming out of Andhra Pradesh. Please bear in mind, YSR Congress got 22 seats out of these in 2019. So naturally, Bharatiya Janata Party has a lot to gun for. And then, Telangana, how could we forget that? 17 Lok Sabha seats. BRS or TRS, as you may like to call it, is really trying its level best to hold on to political power. Within the assembly elections, which is due this year itself, BRS has not been criticizing the central government or the Bharatiya Janata Party. You will question why. Precisely so, because on many occasions you will find BRS standing in support of the Bharatiya Janata Party in the parliament. It's a beautiful give and take. Something which has been perfected quite well by Naveen Patnaik in Odisha and Jagan Reddy in Andhra Pradesh. So why not KCR? Obviously. At the end of the day, who wants an enforcement directorate and various other investigating agencies at your doorsteps? So that's what is happening there. But then, they cannot tie up with BJP. And BJP has a screen presence here. It has a public perception here. And very recently, G. Krishna Reddy, who was the Home Junior Minister, has now been shifted as the Bharatiya Janata Party Pradesh Adhyaksh. Now that makes a lot of a difference. As long as Venkaiah Naidu was around, they could not make huge inroads into Telangana. But with Asaduddin Owaisi, point to be noted. Yes, that's the game. And this is where BJP is coming from. Now BJP is trying to align with Jagan Reddy's sister, who's very active in Telangana against KCR. Lots of footage, lots of activity has been happening, and you will see that in days to come, it will be a good playground. And Bharatiya Janata Party will have a kind of an, Operation Lotus functioning out in Telangana. So yes, things have really come to an end. And Bharatiya Janata Party wants to secure itself in 2024 under any cost. If it secures 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Bharatiya Janata Party then equals the record of Pandit Nehru. And Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi, obviously, he has to outbeat Nehru everywhere. Sledge him out completely. And that's what he's been doing. I mean, do you remember 14th November anymore? No, sir. Chacha Nehru concept almost abolished. It's only Prime Minister Narendra Modi who matters. And that's what is happening. And there are many small players who actually are helping Bharatiya Janata Party in this particular endeavor. Let's talk about Aam Aadmi Party right now. Let's not beat around the bush. Aam Aadmi Party has virtually displaced Congress within Delhi, and Congress seems in no position to make a good comeback. Punjab, taken out of Congress clause, and it's now Aam Aadmi Party domain. And despite whatever Congress might do, it seems improbable that in 2024, Congress will have a great number of seats coming through it, because Aam Aadmi Party would dent the Congress in a major way. We've seen what happened in Gujarat elections. The Congress vote bank was virtually taken over by Aam Aadmi Party it has virtually displaced Congress in large pockets in Gujarat. And by the way, it's not leaving any stones unturned in Haryana and Rajasthan. And Rajasthan is due for elections in this December, 2023 December. So Rajasthan is going to be a sticky point. Goa, again, Congress is virtually being demolished. It's virtually out. So what's happening? Aam Aadmi Party is taking out Congress state by state and helping whom? The Bharatiya Janata Party. So even if opposition or many other political parties may call Aam Aadmi Party as the B team of BJP, fact of the matter is it's actually eradicating Congress from its strongholds. So the now bigger question which we need to address, why is Bharatiya Janata Party fortifying itself? Well, let me just break it down to you in a very simple, pointed manner. Let's face it, there is a huge anti-incumbency against the current Bharatiya Janata Party-led central government. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, despite being the tallest leader of the country, being respected the world across, and also having the highest acceptability ratio or rate within India, is still gradually losing his sheen. At the end of the day, it's been 10 years, and the Indian public is not known to be very accommodative. They have been very quick at making decisions. Every 5 years, let's flip. The only aberration was recently with Manmohan Singh's government. But then whether it was really a Manmohan Singh government, larger question. We'll deal with it sometime later. So yes, there is an anti-incumbency which is setting in. People are now losing faith in the Vikas ka plank. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is fading away gradually. Expectations are running very high. Everybody expects the Bharatiya Janata Party to perform miracles. It has been able to deliver some. It has not been able to deliver some. Some are very happy because they are finding themselves as the beneficiaries of the government schemes. Some are not because they find that the government schemes are okay, but what next? And that what next is being defined by the youth of this country, and this might be a problem for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And this is where inflation and unemployment is cutting BJP really sharp. Inflation is affecting the masses, and we have no doubt about it. It's a very different thing that about 10 years ago, inflation used to be the biggest topic to be talked about. But today, it's not. Unemployment was a huge issue. Today, it's not. Because there are various other issues which are far more emotive than unemployment, or for that matter, even inflation or महंगाई. अब महंगाई की डाइन आजकल छुट्टी पर गई हुई है, और जब वो छुट्टी से वापस आएगी तब पता चलेगा लोगों को कि भाई क्या करना चाहिए. So this is what is happening right now. There are a lot many emotive issues which are taking the center space in the minds of the people. Issues like Uniform Civil Code, which has been unleashed by the Prime Minister himself from Madhya Pradesh just prior to the assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Telangana and Mizoram. So it will be the test case whether UCC really performs for the Bharatiya Janata Party, and will that form the main plank of the Lok Sabha elections. Otherwise, we have the Ram Temple construction, which is almost on full swing, and the inauguration could be somewhere in January 23, well suited for the time for the elections. But then Ram Mandir construction itself will not garner votes for the Bharatiya Janata Party. It's a promise which has been delivered. The Ram Bhakts are happy, no doubts about it. So yes, there are these cumulative issues which are coming up. But the Bharatiya Janata Party really needs to understand one thing very clearly. There are many local issues which are affecting the assembly elections. That is what we saw during Karnataka. Now, will the local issues play its bet in Rajasthan, play its bet in Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh? BJP will have a tough time in Madhya Pradesh and may have a good time in Rajasthan. Chhattisgarh seems to be a different story. So where is it? So that's a problem. Therefore, Bharatiya Janata Party wants to fortify itself, get a good alliance. And when you talk about alliance, let's just talk about the opposition unity moves. The opposition unity moves, which we saw in Patna, and thereafter the meeting which is scheduled in Karnataka in this month itself, that's July, prior to the session of the parliament. it all comes down to one fact, that the Bharatiya Janata Party does not want to yield space to any opposition consolidation, come what may. And it should not. Anybody who wishes to be in the race for a political upmanship, a political party whose sole purpose virtually in India is to grab political power, it should be careful and very well protect its fort. And that's what BJP is doing. There are problems which are erupting in BJP states also. Let's not forget what's happening in Uttarakhand. There is a lot of disquiet, and people are talking about what is the need of a uniform civil code in a state where there is less than 10% Muslim population or minorities taken in together. But still, Uttarakhand poses a problem. UP is always a cauldron, despite the good governance put forth by Yogi Adityanath and his government, and despite the fact that a lot of progress, economic progress, is taking place in Uttar Pradesh, UP can never be predicted. Likewise, various other states. We have seen what's been happening in Manipur. The flare-up in Manipur is going to take away the BJP's credibility, the look east policy of Bharatiya Janata Party. So all these issues are cropping up within BJP-ruled states. Therefore, it's well advised that BJP needs to consolidate itself. Now let me get further into the statistics. Let's look at the states which are either opposition ruled or where BJP is an alliance and is a small player. So if you look at the South India, 5 states, in 5 states में 129 Lok Sabha seats are there, of which BJP virtually stands little chance, not more than 20, maybe even less. Yes, it could be possible. But the best case scenario cannot be more than 30-35, and that's not even today. So let's now look at this. We should talk about how these certain states would function. Kerala, difficult state for Bharatiya Janata Party. Tamil Nadu, almost zero presence. ADMK alliance may help, but very difficult. Karnataka, Bharatiya Janata Party has just lost the assembly elections. It secured 26 out of 28. Now can it make 26? Very difficult. Andhra Pradesh, 25 seats. BJP did not perform well at all. 22 went to YSR Jagan. Difficult state. Telangana, very difficult state. Only 4 seats in 2019. So yes, 129 seats. BJP seems to be in a soup. Let's talk the North Indian states where BJP is not in power. There also you have there are 163 seats. 163 seats, right? So we're talking about Punjab. It doesn't seem really brewed too well for Bharatiya Janata Party, because right now the alliance is not there. If they do the alliance, then also AAP will have an upper hand. Delhi, it's already saturated. Seats may come down, not go up. Himachal Pradesh, it was a BJP government earlier, assembly. Now the assembly is with the Congress. 4 seats, will it really happen? Difficult to say. Rajasthan, Congress ruled. If a miracle happens and Ashok Gehlot maintains himself and retains his chief ministership, Rajasthan could be a tough nut to crack. That's 26 seats. Chhattisgarh, 11 seats. BJP had lion's share in Chhattisgarh. This time it's a different government altogether, a Congress-led government which is very certain to repeat itself, and probability is that it might. So it's a problem. Bengal, Bharatiya Janata Party had its good performance of 18 out of 42. Now seems to be difficult. If TMC gets the support of the Congress, trust me, it'll be tough going for BJP, because BJP has been performing well only in North Bengal, nowhere else. Bihar, if the Mahagathbandhan works, of the 39 that the NDA had, it's certain that BJP will not even cross 20 or 25. Orissa, 21 seats. BJP has not been performing well in Orissa. So if you look at it, if we consider the North Indian states where BJP has not performed well, or it is not in presence, and the 5 southern states, you're looking at 292 seats where BJP is going to face a real tough challenge. Now, that's where the BJP wants to secure Operation Lotus everywhere and also secure itself. Why is it that BJP is now focusing on Maharashtra and Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to focus in Bihar? 88 seats. If BJP wins anything less than 50 of these 88, it will have a tough call. Further breaking down the entire breakdown, let me get to more details so that you can get a better grip of what we are talking about. Let's divide this section into three parts. I'll first look at the Northeast. Assam plus 7 sister states. Total number of Lok Sabha seats 23, of which 14 come off Assam. In 2019, Bharatiya Janata Party won 9 of 14 seats in Assam. A very good performance. If it repeats this or maintains this, well enough. But will it be able to maintain its performance in the other seats? 9 seats which are there in the other 7 states? That's a call the people will take because of Manipur. And that's where is the problem. So we are talking about these 23 seats where BJP had a very good strike rate. It seems logical that BJP may face problems in 2024. My second part of analysis would come to those states where BJP had a win-all, complete success in all the assembly seats or the Lok Sabha seats. Let's look at it. Delhi, 7 seats, all BJP. Rajasthan, 25 seats, all BJP. Gujarat, 26 seats, all BJP. Uttarakhand, 5 seats, all BJP. Himachal Pradesh, 4 seats, all BJP. Haryana, 10 seats, all BJP. Karnataka, 26 out of 28. And Madhya Pradesh, 28 out of 29. Strike rate, 131 seats out of 134. Could you have it anymore? Obviously, of these 134 seats, the Bharatiya Janata Party will not end up adding 3 more. Rather, it will lose some seats. So this is where the BJP is now trying to fortify itself. Now you know why BJP is trying to fortify itself? Not really. Let me get down further. The third part of my analysis. These are those states where BJP has not performed well or has been a second fiddle. And these states are now going to define 2024. So we talked about Maharashtra. 41 out of 48 seats, NDA. That was with Shiv Sena. Shiv Sena no longer with BJP. But a splinter group, Shinde, is with BJP. NCP, a big player, won decent amount of seats, 23 seats. Yeah, that's a big number. But what will NCP do? Where will NCP go? So divided NCP. Despite that, what really happens? Oh, I mentioned NCP has 23. It was BJP has 23. So in Maharashtra, BJP on its own won 23 seats. But in alliance with Shiv Sena, which transfers its votes very effectively to BJP, has been happening successfully and successively also. But now will the splinter Shiv Sena and splinter NCP transfer its votes to BJP so that it crosses 23? Big question. So that's where Maharashtra is a big question. Bihar, with JDU and other alliance partners, LGP, NDA got 39 seats. BJP won a handsome 17 on its own. Without alliance partners and with a consolidated Mahagathbandhan, will BJP be able to repeat its performance? If not, even if it gets about 17 or 18 seats, it becomes a tough call for BJP because they lose 50% of what they had in 2019. Now let's come down to Jharkhand. Jharkhand has 14 Lok Sabha seats. NDA had 12 seats. BJP alone had 11. Now there is a government which is not pro-BJP. The state government is working effectively in various parts. Even if this tally comes down and BJP has no unified leadership, Babulal Marandi has been appointed the state president, but it's a tall call. So if this, all one can say is BJP might lose heavily in Jharkhand also. Then let's talk about Chhattisgarh. BJP got 9 seats out of 11 Lok Sabha seats. This time, with Congress in the state, performing relatively decent. It seems to be a different call altogether. Then you go to Karnataka, 26 out of 28. Tough call for BJP here also. UP, 64 out of 80. If this tally does not increase, it'll be a problem. If it is not maintained, it'll be a bigger problem. Bengal, we already talked about it. Punjab, we talked about it. Orissa, BJP had 8 out of 21. It was a good performance last year, that is 2019. Whether they will be able to match it, tough call. Telangana, 4 out of 17. Doesn't seem to be bettering its performance. Andhra, 0. Tamil Nadu, 0. Kerala, 0. So, out of 369 seats, which I just talked about, BJP won 228 seats. But then, it's on a very sticky wicket in Maharashtra, Bengal, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, Karnataka, Punjab, Orissa. In effect, in 203 seats, BJP is on very, very sticky wicket. Hence, I say it's a game which is open. The opposition, if it comes through and if the people decide, which they have done earlier. You know, we've always forget history. Let's look at 1991. After the coalition government, 1991, nobody expected Congress to win and form a government. Congress did that with alliance partners. 1996, Atal Bihari Vajpayee had formed a 13-day government. People thought that he would pull it off. He could not. The government, the people just voted in a different matter. 2004, India shining. Nobody ever believed that Atal Bihari Vajpayee would lose the elections. He did. BJP lost. 2009, most people believe that generally UPA has lost its credibility. Manmohan Singh doesn't really matter, but the people showed it very differently. They voted Manmohan Singh back. It's a different matter that Sonia Gandhi and her coterie virtually demolished UPA 2, but UPA 1 had its own impact within the people. So the people of India have been voting decisively at times and have been replacing governments which look improbable to be defeated. The Tina factor did not work in favor of Vajpayee in 2004. The Tina factor may not work in favor of Modi in 2024. Who knows? The game is open, and the game is open for the people of India. And the game is open for political parties to play real politique on the Indian soil. But one must conclude by saying that Operation Lotus is one of the key methods by which Bharatiya Janata Party is looking at supporting itself, fortifying itself, and being in the play. If the winner doesn't take it all, it'll be difficult for the Bharatiya Janata Party to be the way it is.